never did pay much attention to the names of the guys you were pitching against, did you, Sam?
No, I hardly, from the time I come in back in 19, I won't tell you the rest of it. I never did study nothing but the numbers on the batters, that's all. I never did know no names of nobody. I didn't know one from the other. And they say, you know who that you struck out? I say, who? He said, that's Hack Wilson. So he just now hit so-and-so home runs. I said, well, I didn't know him.
Mr. Satchel Paige, when it comes to keeping the story of the Negro Leagues alive, there's two people I think about. Buck O'Neil and this dude, Satchel Paige.
Yeah, the charisma is what made Satchel so special. He had names for his pitches. So he didn't have fastball, curveball, changeup. No, not Satchel. Satchel had what he called his midnight creeper. He had the two-humper, the bat dodger, the hesitation pitch. He had the long tom, the short tom, the jump ball, the trouble ball, the radio ball, the wobbly ball, the dipsy-do, and he also had a pitch that he called his b-ball. And Harold, you know why he called it the b-ball? Because Satchel says it bees where I want it to be when I want it to be there. So he had the entire package.
So there's one story that ties the whole package together with the b-ball, bees where he wants it to be. He's playing a game in Denver, and take us back to the times that we're in to reflect on that time.
And I think it is.
Story.
I think it's important that we understand the nature of that time and how African Americans were perceived. And so Satchel has his Satchel Paige All-Stars. They're playing an all-white semi-pro team from the Coors Brewing Company. And so Buck O'Neil is playing first base for Satchel and his All-Stars. And Buck says the first kid from the Coors team gets into the batter's box. He digs in.
So they've all heard of the legend
Oh,
of Satchel.
absolutely. He digs in, and he says Satchel throws him a fastball. Kid swung as hard as he could, topped it, dribbled it down the third base line. It stays fair. He beats it out, gets it infield hit. About that time, one of the kids from the Coors dugout steps out on top of the dugout steps, and he yells out, "Let's beat him. He ain't nothing but an overrated darky." Well, Satchel's nickname famously for Buck was Nancy, which is a whole nother story. We ain't got time to tell you that story. But anyway, Satchel looks over at first base. He says, "Nancy, did you hear that?" Buck said, "Yes, Satchel, I heard him." He said, "Nancy, bring him in." So Buck says he turns, he motions for the outfield to take a couple of steps in. He says, Satchel looks over at first base, Harold. He says, "Nancy, bring them all the way in." Honest to God's truth, there were 7 guys kneeling around the mound. Satchel Paige and the catcher, and Satchel strikes out the side on 9 straight pitches. He looks into the Coors dugout and he says, "Overrated darky, hey." And then all the guys came out to apologize to Satchel and his teammates. But Buck O'Neil swore to the day he died, if he had one game to win and any choice of any pitcher from any era, be this dude right here. So you might beat him when he was out there messing around, but when he was locked and loaded, forget about it.